Welcome back. We had the the Vikings traded their pick to the 49ers. They're supposed to accept the Ravens took with the 86th. Trenton Simpson, linebacker Clemson. He put up a lot of big numbers at Clemson. Ravens are going to be glad to have him. And we're about to see who the 49ers have selected with the 87th pick of the draft. And I'm waiting for it to come up on the screen. Jair Brown, safety, Penn State. They have selected. And he put up a lot of big numbers with Penn State last year. And he had 74 tackles, 4.5 sacks, 5 TFLs, and 4 interceptions in 2022. He was notable mention All Big Ten in 2021. Jair Brown. So he can really put up the receptions, tackles, and touchdowns. And he can really make it. He can break tackles as well. He can really score touchdowns. The Jaguars are back on the clock for the 88th pick of this draft. And after this pick, we will be 9 picks away after this pick from the draft. Their pick is in, and we'll see what they're taking momentarily. Hopefully we can. And we'll see who the Jaguars have selected with this draft pick. Excuse me. And we're starting to wind down, to slowly wind down round 3. So we're starting to wind down round 3 of the NFL draft. Because we have, after this one, we only have 13 picks left to go in this 3rd round. And right now, we're about to find out who the Jacksonville Jaguars have selected with the 88th pick in the NFL draft. I'm waiting for it to come up on the screen. And they have selected Tank Bigsby, running back, Auburn. I think Jacksonville needs a good running back. And I think this is a good choice. And I think they needed a good running back. And Bigsby put up a lot of numbers, big numbers with Auburn last year. He had 13 career 100-yard rushing games last season. And he had the 2020 SEC Freshman of the Year in 2020. And he had a career 540 rush yards, 2,903 yards, and 25 touchdowns. And he's going to be a welcome addition to the Jacksonville Jaguars by far. They're going to be happy to have him. And right now, the LA Rams are back on the clock for the 89th pick in this draft, their 3rd pick of the draft. They're 5-12 last season, 3rd in the NFC West, I mentioned earlier. And they have 10 picks remaining. And they do want to get back to the playoffs. And that's why they want to build up this team to really get back. They want a better record than what they did last year. So, and this is the 7th consecutive draft without a first-round draft pick they had this year, and they want to have one next year. And the pick is in for the Rams. And we are about to find out who I think they're going to take either an offensive linebacker, safety, or a defensive tackle, possibly a quarterback. We'll wait and see. But I think it's going to be either one of those 4. We will see. And we're waiting for the pick to come in on the screen or someone to go up to the microphone and announce this pick. So they have because after this pick, we will be 9 picks away from the Browns pick at number 98, Browns fans. So we're getting closer. We're getting closer. And the drives in commercial, but I'm waiting for the pick to come in at the bottom of the screen here. And the Rams struggled a lot last year, and they had games that they should have won, but they were not able to win. And some just they got too much out of range for them. And next year, they have a first round pick in 2024 of next year. The Rams will have one. So and I'm still waiting for the Rams pick to come in on the screen. Thinking an offensive linebacker, safety, a defensive tackle, or a possible quarterback. We'll see. But I'm waiting for the pick to come in at the bottom of the screen. And well, this has been some interesting picks and interesting trade-ups so far in this third round. And because after this pick, we've only got 12 picks left. So we're slowly winding down round 3 of the NFL draft and winding down day 2, night 2 of the NFL draft 2023. And tomorrow at noon is when it'll start for rounds 4, 5, 6, and 7. And so the Browns will have picks. They have a couple of picks in round 4 and a couple of picks in round 5. They have one pick in round 6 and one pick in round 7. And that will lead up for all the teams. Will lead up to pick number 257, Mr. Irrelevant, tomorrow. And I'm looking forward to that. So, and I'm just waiting for the draft to come back on the air so I can tell you who the pick is for the Rams for pick 89. And getting back to what I was reading, when I was telling you that article on Cedric Tillman, and he, because of a tightrope, the Browns who received the number 74 pick overall in their trade with the Jets, that also acquired Elijah Moore. And I told you they have 7 picks left in the 2023 NFL draft, and we'll next pick again at the third round, number 98 coming up. They also have 2 picks in each of the 4th and 5th rounds, 1 pick in the 6th and 7th round. And he's going to be a welcome addition to the Cleveland Browns, the Cedric Tillman. So, and the draft is back. Hopefully the pick for the Rams is going to come in. And very short, in a few moments. And I don't think, we may get a call from Keith Norman, but I'm not sure he'll get the Lakewood, but I'm not sure that we will. So we'll keep you, we'll wait and see if we do. And, but with the selection's about to come up on the screen, they are taking Kobe Turner, defensive tackle, Wake Forest. And I think they need the Rams need a good defensive tackle. And I think this was a good choice. Kobe Turner from Wake Forest. And he put up a lot of big numbers with Wake Forest last season. And he was transferred to Wake Forest from Richmond in 2022. And he can put up the tackles and the receptions and touchdowns. He can really score. He can break tackles as well. And the Dallas Cowboys are back in the clock. Their pick is in. And he put up some big numbers in his workout. And the Cowboys pick is in. I'm waiting for it to come up on the screen. Their pick selection is in. And you see the Cowboys draft room, their war room, and I'm waiting for the pick to come in the screen and take a DeMarvion Overshown linebacker, Texas, and that is I think that they needed to take a linebacker, and this is something they needed. And I think that he's going to be a. He put up a lot of big numbers with his team, all Big 12 in 2022. Uh, and and he was also the Bookus Award semifinalist. He was a semifinalist for that. 2022, 96 tackles, 4 sacks, 10 TFLs, and all career highs. And that's very impressive. Cowboys are going to welcome him with open arms. He's going to be a welcome addition to the Dallas Cowboys. And he will be. And we are now 7 picks away after this one. We're going to be 6 away from the Browns. And he got honorable mention in 2022. Career 242 tackles, 9 sacks, 26 TFLs, and 3 interceptions. We're at pick number 91. And after this one with the Bills, we'll be 6 picks away from the Browns' next pick, number 98. The Bills were back on the clock for pick 91. They still need a few more pieces to the puzzle. And their pick is in. And so they were 13-3 last season, and they want to do better this season and probably do the same or do one better. We're about to find out their pick selection for the first pick in the NFL draft right now. They are taking Dorian Williams, linebacker, Tulane. I think that was a good. They need a linebacker. The Bills need one. And I think this is a good choice. Put up a lot of big numbers with Tulane. And with Tulane last year. And he was a first-team ACC in 2022. 125 tackles, 5 sacks, 6.5 TFLs, 2 interceptions in 2022. And he can put up the tackles and the receptions. He can score for you. He really can. And he can really make you pay. And career 277 tackles, 10.5 sacks, 24.5 TFLs. So that's some impressive numbers. And I think he is going to be a welcome addition to the Buffalo Bills organization. The Kansas City Chiefs are back on the clock for their for the pick 92 of the draft. I think it's their second pick this draft. I do believe, because they picked in pick number 31 in the first round. I'm trying to figure out. No, there's a third pick. They picked number 55, Rashee Rice, wide receiver, SMU. This is their third pick of this draft. Pick number 92. And then after this one, when we get to pick 93, we'll be 5 picks away from the Browns. We're now almost 5 picks away from the Browns pick at number 98. So we're getting closer, Browns fans. And so just sit tight. How the Chiefs pick is in, we'll find that out momentarily. Hopefully somebody has up to the microphone. I'm waiting for it to come up on the screen. Their pick selection. So just sit tight and hopefully we'll get it shortly. And so we will wait momentarily for the pick to come in, and so we're waiting for that to come in, and the Chiefs, I think they're taking an outside linebacker, or an edge rusher, or a defensive tackle. What they will do for this pick. And I think we're about to find out that selection right now. We are about to find it. I think it's going to be an offensive tackle or a tight end or a defensive end or a defensive tackle, either way. So we're about to find out right now who the Kansas City Chiefs have taken for the 90 with the 92nd pick of the 2023 NFL Draft.
To help make the Kansas City Chiefs selection, we are honored to introduce the family of fallen hero Master Sergeant Bernard Dagon of the Kansas Army National Guard. Master Sergeant Dagon was killed in action while on tour in Afghanistan on September 15, 2006. We salute him and thank his family and TAPS, the Tragedy Assistance Program for Survivors, which offers care to those grieving the loss of a military loved one. I'm now going to turn this over to Craig to announce the pick in honor of his dad. Craig?
We're about to find out right now. They were 14-3 last year. They're looking to repeat as Super Bowl champions. Right now, we're going to find out the pick selection with the 92nd pick of the 2023 NFL Draft.
Have traded the 92nd pick to the Kansas City Chiefs. With the 92nd pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, Kansas City Chiefs select Wanya Morris, tackle from Oklahoma.
Wanya Morris, offensive tackle, Oklahoma. That's where he is from. And he put up a lot of big numbers with Oklahoma last year. And he really put up a lot of an offensive tackle. He put up a lot of big numbers with Oklahoma last year. And he 179 snaps, 1 sack, and attributed. And he's from Tennessee in 2021, and he can really score. He can. He was a 2019 SEC All-American freshman, and he can really put up the tackles and a lot of receptions. He can score touchdowns, so he can really score. And he can really break tackles. The Steelers are on the clock. I'm going to take a break and upload this segment. A lot more coming up. The Browns are number 98. That's coming up. And at this pick, we're 4 away from it. So stay in. The pick is in. I'll let you know who it is when we come.